Hey everybody, it's Jake Tapper from CNN State of the Union and factcheck.org, and this week we're going to take a look at two claims made by President Trump about tariffs. So let's start with that first one, that the quarterly trade deficit has fallen by $52 billion. It's a claim he makes quite often, most recently in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
In the numbers that were just released, for the first time, maybe ever, the trade deficit just fell, think of that, for the quarter, $52 billion. Nobody reports it.
So is that true? Did the quarterly trade deficit fall by $52 billion? No, it's not true. The president went after the media in that clip, I might add, saying that reporters don't cover that $52 billion quarterly decrease in the trade deficit. But there's a reason we don't. It didn't happen. The president seemed to be relying on, for his figures, the Bureau of Economic Analysis's recent GDP report. But we should point out, those numbers are annual. They are not quarterly. It covers the whole year, not just a quarter. The Bureau of Economic Analysis released its official trade figure for the second quarter. And that amount was, the deficit went down for the quarter, $20 billion, not $52 billion. All right, now let's turn to the second claim, that the new revenue from tariffs will help reduce the $21 trillion national debt. The president tweeted on Sunday, quote, "Because of tariffs, we will be able to start paying down large amounts of the $21 trillion in debt that has been accumulated, much by the Obama administration, while at the same time reducing taxes for our people." So is that true? Will the revenue from tariffs help pay down, quote, large amounts of the national debt? No, that's not true. We should note President Trump is right in that tweet that the total public debt almost doubled under President Obama, but the annual deficit, so just the amount of money the government is in the red for this year alone, is projected to be around $800 billion, according to the Congressional Budget Office. So, to pay off any amount of the already existing $21 trillion in national debt, the tariffs would have to exceed the $800 billion in the annual deficit, the new debt. But the Treasury Department figures show that all tariffs are projected to bring in only about $40 billion this year. That's a far cry from the $800 billion plus needed to make an impact on the debt. All right, but what if President Trump decides to do even more tariffs? Well, according to an analysis from the New York Times, even if President Trump enforced all of the tariffs he has threatened, he still would be hundreds of billions of dollars short in reducing even the annual deficit, much less the $21 trillion national debt. A reminder to all you politicians out there, you're perfectly entitled to your own opinions. You're not entitled to your own facts. I'm Jake Tapper for CNN State of the Union and factcheck.org.